and welcome to Eastern Sky Media. I'm Prashanti Mokhtar bringing you today's news bulletin in English. The third day of the first session of 6th Legislative Assembly enters with discussion on motion of thanks on Governor's address and the demand of a white paper on last Assembly dissolution by BJP Legislative Party leader. The session began with a motion of thanks on Governor's address, which was moved by Bamang Felix and seconded by Kumsi Sidiso. Many opposition party leaders had questioned the Governor's address as being incomplete. BJP Legislative Party leader Tamio Taga and PPA leader Pasang Dorji Sona and others raised questions on Chief Minister's initiative scheme Job Mela. The leaders alleged that the Mela, which guarantees 1 lakh jobs in a year, lacks information on how the Chief Minister plans to take it forward. Among others, they have pointed out the long pending construction of Civil Secretariat, abominable condition of health and education sectors and the rights implementation of the Lokayukta Act. Meanwhile, BLP leader Tamio Taga has demanded a white paper over the dissolution of last assembly and the rupees 100 crore overdraft shown by the state government. Even as the horrific incident of the murder of a woman in Meghalaya has come to light, Eastern Sky Media spoke to MP from Tura and National People's Party Supremo P.A. Sangma, who was vehement in his attack on the Mukul Sangma-led Congress state government regarding this incident being one of the many cases where the Meghalaya government has failed. In increasing violence against women, today we see a case from Meghalaya where a woman has been shot dead after she was molested, allegedly by some militant outfits. We have with us National People's Party Supremo and MP from Tura of West Garo Hills, Mr. P.A. Sangma, joining us today at ASM. Sir, if you could tell us first on the shocking incident itself which has taken place in the Garo Hills.
Well, what has happened is that a 30-year-old woman has been molested and attempted to rape, and she resisted and she was shot dead in front of her children. I salute this woman for her character, for her moral, and it's a very horrific thing, and it's a very, very shameful thing. I feel myself ashamed of my own state that such things can happen. But this is not the isolated case. The crime against women in Meghalaya, as in the case of other parts of the country, have been increasing. There have been instances of, girls who have been raped in the police station itself by the officer in charge. That also in the village of the Chief Minister himself. So it is a very shameful thing.
Sir, and this is being allegedly done by a militant group. So do you think, there's a rising case of such militant groups and there's a failure to check these groups?
Yes, one of the worries that we have is the mushroom growth of militant outfits in the distant past in Meghalaya. Unofficially, we have got about 22 militant outfits in Garo Hills itself. And why it is happening, and why government is not preventing? Why they are not taking any steps to prevent it? I know one of the main reasons our boys and girls are joining the militant group is because of unemployment. And how to solve the unemployment? In order to solve the unemployment, we have to generate employment opportunities for which development is required. There's no development that is taking place.
So how do you wish to, in your personal capacity, intervene in such situations and send a strong message probably to the state government to prevent such atrocities?
I know whatever I do, whatever I say to the state government, they will never listen to it. I know it very well. State government will not act. The only way left for us, or for me, is to approach the central government. I have sought an appointment with the Home Minister. As I told you, delegation have met the Minister of State Home. I have personally apprised the Prime Minister on 30th of this month, before this particular incident happened. I have briefed the Prime Minister. Parliament session is coming, and when Parliament session comes, I will certainly articulate the feelings of the Garo Hills people in the Parliament.
How will such atrocities be addressed in the case of such rising incidents of violence in Meghalaya? Is left to be seen, especially as there seems to be a rift between the state and the centre. 4 people were killed on the spot when the Tata Sumo passenger tracker they were travelling in tried to overtake another moving vehicle and the driver lost control. The vehicle fell into a 30 feet deep gorge near Pahalwan point between Itanagar and Naharlagun. Out of 6 passengers, 4 died while 2 others sustained grievous injuries and were later admitted to RK Mission and State Hospital in Naharlagun. Their chances of survival, however, seems slim. The main cause of the accident was when the driver tried to overtake another vehicle at a sharp bend. Police personnel and rescue team rescued the passengers who were inside the tracker from the gorge. Twin capital city has been facing frequent road accidents which has resulted in loss of precious lives. Official records show more than 3 tracker accidents in the last month itself. These accidents are being attributed to reckless speed driving by the young tracker drivers on the narrow National Highway 52A. Even as the Lok Sabha paid tribute to late Gopinath Munde, who died in a road accident in New Delhi, his last rites were performed by his eldest daughter, Pankaja Munde Palve, in his native village Parli in Beed district of Maharashtra. Lower House members stood in silence for 2 minutes to condole the demise of Gopinath Munde, who was recently inducted as the Union Minister for Rural Development in Modi's cabinet. In Parli village of Maharashtra, many senior political leaders of the country, including BJP patriarch L.K. Advani, External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj and Home Minister Rajnath Singh, were seen attending Munde's funeral. Thousands of people gathered to pay final tribute to the late Munde, who was a prolific OBC leader. Assam Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi met Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi and may now go ahead with cabinet reshuffling in Assam. Tarun Gogoi had faced internal dissidence after the party's dismal show in Lok Sabha elections in the state. In the meeting with Rahul Gandhi, the Chief Minister was reportedly asked to control the dissidents. He also met the 3-member committee of Congress comprising senior party leaders Ghulam Nabi Azad, C.P. Joshi and Motilal Vora to discuss the situation of the party in the state. The senior leaders of the party have now allegedly decided to reshuffle the Assam cabinet to avoid a split in the Pradesh Congress committee. A huge relief for the people in Itanagar as load shedding of electricity has been lifted with immediate effect. The load shedding in the state capital has been lifted with immediate effect by State Load Dispatch Center, a department of Power Vidyut Bhavan in Itanagar. The order was issued on 1st April as there was rise in electricity demand. The peak demand of electricity in state capital is 13 to 14 megawatts, but during April and May, it rose to 17 megawatts per day, which caused the load restriction. Scholars Institute in Itanagar organized a felicitation function for the students who topped this year's Arunachal Pradesh Joint Entrance Exam. The felicitation was attended by the students, parents, teachers and staff of the institute. All Nishi Students' Union General Secretary Nanya Golo congratulated the topper students who have excelled in the examination. ANSU General Secretary credited the success of the students to their hard work and dedication. The institute presented cash prizes ranging from 10,000 to 5,000 to the young achievers. Rampant misuse of a police booth has drawn attention to the degrading law and order situation in the state capital. Even as the frequency of crime intensified in the capital city of Arunachal Pradesh and the persistent promise by the state government to improve law and order situation, police booths were seen empty and being misused by the public. In C sector daily market of Itanagar, the empty booths have become storerooms for local vendors who sell vegetables, and shockingly, no concerned authority has restricted the act so far. This ignorant practice by the public has put the state capital in a bad light. This is all from Eastern Sky Media for today. This is Prashanti signing off.